Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video. And that's right, I'm gonna go to GameStop and trade in all my video games once again. Now, the last time I did this a couple weeks ago, I said that most likely GameStop, the trading will start to dwindle. It seemed like GameStop, and there's a lot of rumors about GameStop kind of coming to an end very soon. And when I mean very soon, I mean the next couple years or so. But it seemed like they were kind of holding back from the trade deals and stuff like that. So last episode I made it seem like, oh, this might be the end of an era. I made so many videos about me trading trading and shit to GameStop and stuff. But guess what? The ride's not over. Nope. It's not over yet. Nah, Johnny. I was looking on GameStop's site, because I'm going there tomorrow because I have a $25 gift card, and I was going to either buy or pay part of The Division 2, or I was going to use that $25 and just pre-order Sekiro. Now, I'm getting Sekiro either way, so even if I don't get The Division, see how I feel tomorrow. Like, right now, The Division sounds good. I've been reading a lot of really good things, so, and I actually like The Division 1. I thought it was like a solid, like, 7.5, 8. You know, when it comes to those games as services, that was still one of the better ones in my opinion, because a lot of them haven't been too great. Not that I think any of them have been terrible. I know everybody thinks Anthem's terrible. I guess I haven't played it yet, but from what I've seen, there's no way in hell that game's actually terrible. Like, it might be a terrible investment of your time and money, but game wise doesn't look like it's terrible. But anyway, I wanted to get The Division 2, so I'll probably get that. And I was just looking on GameStop's site, and I went to GameStop's trade-in values for games. There was no real deals. Like, if you trade in certain games, or actually not certain games, just any video game, and you trade them in towards certain games like Devil May Cry and Division and Sekiro, you get 20% extra, which is cool. If you already have the 10% extra for Power of Rewards, that's 30%. That's pretty good. And then I looked at some of the games. You know, I was just like, let me look. Typed in Xbox, went to trade value, highest to lowest. And I was like, all right, there's a couple of decent ones. I mean, maybe I'll like trade in one or two games, make the Division or Sekiro a little cheaper. Then I did a little bit more research, and I saw that, wow, some of these prices are a little crazy, like crazy good. Like, trading them in, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take advantage of this. So I have a little stack of games right here that I will be trading in right there. Not too many, not the most I've ever traded in, that's for sure. I think the most I've ever traded in was like around like 30, I think, or 40 or something like that. I traded a lot at one point, and I got a lot of money, and I did good. I only trade in stuff when it's a good deal. And I know that if I trade it or I sell it online, it's gonna, you know, I'll get the same amount real money as I would with trade credit, but then I'll have to ship it and eBay charges and stuff, and sometimes I forget about that, so at the end of the month I get hit with a charge. I'm like, oh no, I forgot about that. So rather just get rid of it altogether, and get the money, get the game I want, get out of there, leave smile on my face. So anyway, let's get to it. Let me show you what I'm traded in. Okay, you might have noticed these little things right here. Those are Switch games. What am I trading in? Okay, well, first off, I have NBA 2K18. Why am I trading this in? There's no way in hell this is worth anything. Well, you're right. Actually, I don't have it. No, I do have it right here. Selling this right here is actually worth $12. And that's it. $12. But that's before the 20% extra. Actually, 30% extra because I have Power Up Rewards. So 30% extra that I get for trading it towards Sekiro or whatever. So I think that's around 15 bucks. I could be wrong. Something like that. So a little over 15 bucks, I think. I'm not really too sure. Maybe just straight up 15 bucks. I think it's a little over, like 15.50 or something like that. So NBA 2K18. This game I got for like 8 bucks, like just because I wanted it added to the Switch collection. And I'll probably keep the case. I usually like to keep the cases for the Switch games because, you know, you find a lot of cartridge-only games in the wild, as they call it, for video game collecting. And you also find a lot of just cartridge-only games in GameStop, especially when it comes to the DS nowadays and the 3DS. So I can only assume in the future the Switch will be the same thing, because cartridge games, I guess some people, or a lot of people actually, including myself, like to keep the cartridges in a carrying case, and maybe they either lose the boxes or they don't even think about the boxes anymore when they trade them in or whatever. So I'm going to keep the box for that. I'm also going to keep the box for this one. That's Party Arcade. I actually just bought this for 10 bucks, and it's still in the wrap, so I have to open it. This game looked horrible, okay? It's one of those party collection games or whatever, but for some reason, GameStop is accepting this game for 15 bucks. And that's before the 30%. After the 30%, it's like $19. So, actually, I think it's $19.50. So, almost 20 bucks for a game I paid 10 bucks up for, and I'm keeping the case. So, there you go. Boom! Next, now this one I'm on the fence about. I might keep it, but to be honest, I have it digitally, so there's no real point to keep it besides have it physical. And I've seen it go for really cheap online, so if I really want to get it again in the future, I could easily get it for really cheap. They're accepting like over 20 bucks for this after the 30% extra. So I think I'm going to get rid of it, and that is Rocket League. Now, I'm considering keeping the case for this one because it does come with like some extra stuff there. And the disc itself goes for the same amount, so it doesn't really matter. So about 20 bucks right there. I think a little over. I think it's $17.50 plus the 30%, which actually, let me see. What is that? $17.50. That's like $22.75. Okay, so there you go. I have my little calculator up here to help me out. This one goes for about 12, and the only reason why I might get rid of this, even though I might not, I'm thinking about it. Only reason why is because I'm trying to go for a full PS4 exclusive collection. I have a feeling this one's going to go down in price in the future, like way down, like around like the $10 range at GameStop. And GameStop always has sales where it's like 4 for $20 on $10 games. So I can always get this again in the future. I'm getting about 15 bucks for it, so might get rid of it. I'm not sure. And that is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. I think that's the only PS4 game I'm trading in. So there you go. I think I might keep it still. I'm not too sure, though. Not too sure. So, that one's a big if. Rocket League's not that big of an if. I made it sound like it was more of a big if than Digimon, but really thinking about it right now, not really. Alright, next is a copy of Pokemon Pearl, which goes for $22.75, just like Rocket League does. Now, the game itself, I do have a box for it. You heard me take it out of there. The reason why I took it out is because that box I actually owned way before I even bought this game. I got this in a bundle of games on OfferUp recently. You might remember it from Gore's recent pickups, which I know that sounds redundant, but whatever. And that right there, I'm pretty sure I got in a bundle for really cheap. So that's a good little thing right there. That's a good little thing. So I will be getting rid of the cart. I will be keeping my box because this box I've had for the longest time. I remember I got this at a thrift store, like with a bunch of DS boxes, for free because the guy didn't have the games in there, and I asked him about it. And he was like, "Yeah, you just keep them." And this was like a long time ago. I'm talking about like probably maybe 2009, maybe 2010. But anyway, Pokemon Pearl. There you go. I still have the box. Again, I'm keeping a lot of my boxes. I'm not even gonna fuck around. And next is Minecraft Xbox 360. I'm sorry, Xbox One Edition. I can't read. That goes for, how much is it? I have it up here. I think it's the same. I could be wrong. No, it's $12. So $15 after the 30%. So, which is pretty good. That's pretty good for Minecraft. Like, I mean, come on. I have Minecraft on everything. I have it on Xbox One also. I have the digital version. And there's also a newer version of this physical release. So I'm on the lookout for that. So getting rid of 2 Xbox One games, that's pretty good considering I'm telling you right here, I have over 300 Xbox One games now. Xbox One game update coming soon. I assure you it will. I just have to, I have to make room and time. But room is the most important part because I don't think my desk is big enough for, I'm looking at them right now. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. Alright, so now let's get to the big one. Or the big 4, I should say. These are all DS games. They're cartridge only, obviously. And I'm going to tell you right here, they're all the same game. They are all the same game. So I think GameStop only allows you to trade 2 of the same game at once, which kind of sucks at certain stores. So that really does suck. So I'm going to have to go to a different GameStop to trade in the last 2. But for some reason, these are going for $17.50 each, which means after the 30%, they will go for like $22.75, just like Rocket League. And $22.75 each is incredible for these, because I bought these. All 4 of these you're about to see I got in a bunch of offer up bundles that were really cheap each one, and these were just games that were included. These aren't games I really wanted. Again, it's the same game, but there's 4 of them, so that's why I said games. But they were always included. They weren't anything I was really sodding, whatever. But I got them, and I got 4 of the same game, and the 4 of the same game is New Super Mario Bros. For some reason, this is going for $17.50. I have no idea. I'm even looking at actually no, I closed it. Shit. Let me pop it open again. Make sure. Maybe I'm going nuts. Mario Bros. DS. This is why I should do these. Yep, $17.50 for New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. That's insane. That's more than the 3DS version goes for the second game. That's insane. So I got 4 of them just to prove it. Here you go, just in case you thought I'm lying. Here you go, 4 of them just from bundles, and that means I'm getting $22.75 each. So over $90 in GameStop money, which is about almost 2 games right there. That's 1.5 games. So I can get Division and Sekiro for just $30 because of these. So that's really cool. Hopefully it works out. I could definitely trade at least 1 each. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully. I mean, they've let me trade in 2 of the same games before. If anybody remembers, I traded in those Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2s to GameStop. I traded in, like, I'm not even kidding, like 5 of them. When they were going for like $45, even though they were like $15 games at the time. So I traded those in. And I traded a lot, and they didn't give me any problems. I mean, they did. They said you only trade 2 at a time. But if I went back the day after, they didn't mind. They didn't give a fuck. You could tell they're just like, yeah, whatever. You do you, man. I'm just working here. I don't give a fuck. They'd probably do the same shit, to be honest. But if I was working there, I assure you I'd do the same thing. I wouldn't say shit, too. I'd be like, fuck, I'm going to trade in some shit to maybe like a different GameStop. Maybe not this one, because then I could, like, you know, whatever. But I'll go to like a different GameStop and like sneakily, like, hey, yo, what's up, man? I want to trade in that shit. Bam! Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, baby. It's not that they'd even know I was a GameStop employee, so really this whole story doesn't mean anything, but whatever. So anyway, there you go. If I estimated this correctly, and I could be wrong, I think it's, let me see. When I say estimated, I mean I have a thing here that tells me how much it's supposed to be. Around, that's pretty good. Around $200, which is pretty good. That's before I pay for the games, though. So really, I'll have about $80 left. But that's pretty good considering what I traded in. Get 2 brand new games and $80 left. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Especially since I paid next to nothing for most of these games. So, awesome. So there you go. That is another GameStop trade-in video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye. Wow, that was long. Shit, 13 minutes?